If you could clone yourself, what would you make your clone do that you hate doing?
Probably look like this.
I would never wish that on my clone. No.
You would want an improvement? I'll be back. No, I'm coming up here to relieve you, my friend.
Whoa! In front of me. All right. Thank y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the smoothest guy in Supernatural, Jared Padalecki.
Thank y'all very much. I'm going to play myself off.
You're doing great. By the way, this is what it's like on the set, too. I remember the first scene that we had on location together, Jensen. And it was in a playground.
Jared, are you taking requests?
So we were shooting at a playground.
That's right.
We had a scene where we're talking on a bench. And I remember distinctly Jared walking down the path nearby, just off camera, shouting and throwing things at us. You said, "You're a child!" And I thought, what have I gotten into? It was a lovely memory.
There were other words that I wanted to use, but we were in a public park.
It was a children's playground.
And there were children around. And then,
I may have
in yelling
sanitized.
that you're a child, I realized that I just insulted every child that was on that playground. I know, it was funny. How's it going, Misha?
It's going great.
I just want you to know that this is generally what it's like filming a scene with the three of us.
That's actually remarkably accurate.
Yeah, no, it's remarkably accurate. Imagine two guys just there to do their job and do it well. And then
a challenge.
And then having a swarm of bees come through that you literally have just learned to completely ignore. And it may sting a bit. And it may be a little uncomfortable.
Just warming up. Just warming up.
Sometimes that swarm of bees moves on. And sometimes it doesn't. We should probably just take some questions.
Yeah, what's your question?
Hi.
How do Dean and Cass keep influencing each other to fight the good fight?
Well, one thing we do is we just turn off the music. Nope, he's got 2 keyboards, guys.
Somebody who left the keyboards on up here? Somebody is in big trouble.
No, because basically, if you want to handle things, sometimes you just got to take a hands-on approach. And the good news is he still hears it.
So you're asking us about Dean and Cass influencing each other?
Sure, inspiring each other.
Hey, did y'all hear the one about when that white horse fell in the mud?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jared Padalecki! Most days. Most days. Just like that. Yes, that's why we don't have nice things.
I mean, we do have remarkable moments on set. Where
Remind me.
where I think he's not really doing that, is he? But he is. So I'm really good, as you can attest, at like staying in character, not breaking, being super focused, because I'm just in another character. I'm in character. I am thinking like Cass. So when Cass sees Sam.
I don't know if I can quite do it, but I'll just demonstrate a little bit.
I'll demonstrate a little bit. He had his jacket on, his arm went inside his jacket in such a way that you couldn't see that his arm wasn't in his jacket, and then he just turned around and went like this. And I just stayed so focused and didn't break at all. And that's pretty par for the course.
Yeah, no, I mean, normally, most people, you'd lose them for a half an hour. But you really held it together that day.
I always do. You know what? Sometimes what's remarkable is sometimes the camera operator will say, Brad will say, Misha, nice work. You almost didn't break there, or something like that to encourage.
Yeah, it's never a compliment of like, wow, that was really an amazingly emotional scene, and you really knocked it out of the park. It's wow, you really were able to deliver your lines
For part of that scene.
and it was. I could understand what you were actually saying.
Yeah. I get that sometimes from the crew, which is so. It's like that's so.
You really, I mean, you reach for the stars. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm actually really proud of the moment when I decided to stop trying to not break, because there was a period of several years where I was like, oh, there's something wrong with me. Like, why is it that I always laugh? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck them. I'm going to laugh. And they're just going to have to wait. And that was a very liberating moment for me. Because I was doing all this shit, like trying to bite my cheeks and things like that to try to not laugh.
And it's interesting now because Alex, who plays Jack, is now trying to do anything and everything that he can not to break. And he's going to that idea of like, I'm gonna get fired. Like I can't.
Yeah, I mean,
why am I laughing? Why am I breaking? Why am I allowing these idiots to get to me? Idiot. It's really just guilt by proximity at this point. I don't help. Put it that way.
The first scene that we all had together was because I've been through this now for years and years, almost a decade, where every time we're in a scene together, I'm basically abused by the two of them. And it's very hard. There was that one time when you actually apologized to me the next day because it was so bad. Remember that?
I legitimately felt bad about that day.
Yes, you should have.
Like it went to a point of no return.
Yeah.
And we didn't stop.
No, they didn't. And so I've been through that, and I know the pain, and I know the pain of the fact that the director is always in another room watching on the monitor, so they don't see the shit that you're doing
Off camera.
They just see what I'm doing on camera, and they're like, Misha, come on, man, pull it together. And I'm like, that's not fair. Somebody is touching my gonads. Anyway, having lived through that and knowing the experience of how traumatic that is, when Alex came along and started to get abused by you guys, I was like, sweet! Finally, somebody, and I just jumped right on board, and it was like, really.
I do have to say that day, that wonderful, that horrible day, it was so he was such a whipping post that it got so fun that everybody started to join in. So much so that our B camera operator, Brian Rose, had the camera on his shoulder, was filming Misha. I was standing directly next to him. And Brian, in the middle of the take, just decided to just take his shorts off. And Misha's like, you too? Really? And Brian's like...
That was the day that people drove over from the production offices to watch.
Oh, that's right, yeah. They were like, oh, it's
on, guys.
It's Kill Misha Day.
Game on.
And that's when I was like, okay, this may have ballooned
You know what
out
my
of control.
favorite part of that day was? When we turned around and the camera was on you guys, I was like, I'm gonna fucking get these guys. I'm gonna get them. So I made a paper airplane and I threw it and it just went like straight into the floor right in front of me. So humiliating.
I don't know what's better, the fact that you thought, I'm gonna get them, I'm going to make a paper airplane and throw it at them. Or the fact that amazing plan of just sweet revenge went like this. I mean, you really knocked it out of the park with that one.
I really did.
Woo.
Yeah. Let's not talk about this anymore.
We can move on. You want to do questions?
Yeah.
Which side do you want?
That one.
Okay. Hi there.
Hi. Yesterday we got to hear a little bit about filming the cowboy scene from Misha and his original version of his cowboy walk. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Did you demonstrate?
I'll do it again. And the amazing thing is, the way they edited it, it looks in slow motion, it looks cool. Like it's these little clips, and you can't tell that I'm doing that. Obviously, the joke didn't play, and they're like, no.
Yeah, because they didn't use it.
They didn't use it.
No.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well,
Why would they forgo such a comic genius? You know what I mean? I remember. Why are you laughing?
because I love that.
I thought it was funny.
Because this wasn't Cass's version of a cowboy walk.
It was Misha.
This was Misha's version of a cowboy walk. And it very closely resembles Goofy. From Disney. And that's okay. And then he looks at me and he's like, well, that's what you're doing. And I'm like, no. I'm walking like this. No. Now that's a cowboy walk.
Next question.
Thanks.